Hello, listeners. This is not the usual land of Ophis terror we are used to. Today, due to missing members of our party, we are playing a side story. This side story has no relation to Ophis terror, yet anyway. This story is a mod podge of different modules, sourcebooks, and other materials I have collected over the years. If you'd like to see and hear more about this adventure and this party, please leave us a like and let us know. Otherwise, we just won't post them and keep all the fun to ourselves. Just a side note as well, in this module we will have additional rules from the modules that we are utilizing. If something does not seem like standard D&D, that would be why. Also, most, if not all of the magic items featured are from third-party sourcebooks and not homebrewed. If you have any questions about them or which sourcebook it comes from, feel free to ask in the comments. And so, we begin our tale. Our group of adventurers, having known each other for a short time, have agreed to band together in hopes of joining an elusive yet prominent hunting guild. Coming across a recruitment flyer was their best chance for bigger hunts, deadlier monsters, fame, and fortune. The flyer pointed them in the direction of a town called Rockjaw, which has been experiencing an unnatural darkness. Over the past 6 months, the darkness has been steadily spreading from the forest, hunters and journeymen alike never returning from their investigations. The darkness began to choke all the life out of the area. Plants withered, animals ran, and now the town's livelihood hinges on a sun that may never... Now, the town sits in a dim light. Looking up at the afternoon skies only shows a distant sun, as bright as a new moon. Upon speaking with the townsfolk, the party learned that another adventuring group had already passed through the town yesterday, taking the town supplies with them. Now the town has nothing left to offer our heroes as they march towards the darkness, east of the town in the same direction the other group went. So before we leave the town, I would like everybody to kind of give a description of their characters, as I kind of set up the future map as well. And if you have any questions, just think about them if you want to ask the village elder or anything like that. And we will start with Saltus, also who is being played by our DM, Ophis.
Saltus is a relatively short forest elf. As far as you've known him, always masked, wearing green. Very lightly spoken, not one for overly meaningful conversation. They've had their hand on their bow and arrows the entire time you've known them, and the passing glances you get denote someone who has seen a large amount of death and carries themselves as such. They are young for an elf, but you could tell old in years, and you have caught more than once them staring through you, seemingly eyeing up your capabilities and whether or not you are an asset or a liability.
And who does Saltus eye first?
Honestly, probably Akuma. Just by vibe.
Akuma, please give your description and what Saltus sees.
He sees a mildly young tiefling male that is rather tall and moderate build, with blood red horns jutting from his black hair, with very long pointy ears as well. But he likes, as long as everyone in the party has known him, he has kept his backstory as a mild mystery and keeps to himself for the most part.
Is there anybody who hasn't spoken yet that Akuma has gotten along with in this group? Pick someone else to give a description.
That's what I was thinking of. But
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just silent. Like, what does he want from me?
Damn, this guy's good. I can't get him to crack.
Usually tends to seem to have good conversation with Solis.
I knew it. He's looking right at me. I knew it.
Name.
It's Soleus.
Soleus. There we go.
So Soleus is a very tall, slim, tiefling with, darker skin and, red hues to, like, her cheeks and horns. She obviously leans towards the color red, as it's the color of blood. She is very clearly light on her feet when she walks. And she has a stoic, almost bored expression on her face most of the time.
And then for our last but not least member of the party,
Yeah, so Delilah is an 8.5-foot tall furbolg. She has very beautiful light blue fur, and then her mane and her ears are kind of like this darker color. And she has these gray horns that kind of, well, she has gray horns. I don't know how to describe them. But she kind of like looks like, for as tall and she's quite muscular. She, like, you look at her arms and like she's kind of beefy. So and like you look at that, but then you look at her and she kind of looks like she's kind of trying to make herself look a little smaller. And she looks like she has a very soft disposition. She's kind of taking in her surroundings very, like, thoughtfully. She looks intrigued by the situation, by the people she's with. And she has like this yellow bow in her hair, a yellow scarf, or a yellow and white scarf. And I guess maybe you could see this, but like a scar, like a burn scar on her neck that goes down beneath the shoulder of her armor that you can't see.
and that is our group for today's session, and possibly future sessions if we all live through this. Does anybody have anything they would like to ask the village elder before you depart, following the party that passed through the town before you?
Yeah, I do, and Saltus will lean in and go, "Be straight. I'm sure they asked you questions. What information did you give them that you could give us? What should I expect? Terrain, locations, entities, allies. Paint me a picture, a clear one."
Well, everybody who's passed through this village before has not returned, sadly. When we sent them on their journey, we gave them a couple lamps to help guide their way through the forest. From the journeymen and the hunters who have gone into the woods, guys, they just say that there's a perpetual darkness. No matter what they do, they haven't been able to see it, even our young tieflings. Nobody can seem to, like, pierce this darkness. In terms of terrain, it's just our typical hunting grounds. We have no idea where the darkness originates from. But if you run into the other group, they'll probably be willing to help you. It was a group of, I want to say, a couple individuals. My memory's kind of going. There was, I believe, a dragonborn who was leading them. Very religious type, kind of rare to have these days. And then I think there might have been one of the tall ones with the pointy ears. I don't remember what they're called. I remember a young orc woman as well with them. The only one that really stood out besides the leader was this very, very kind druid. He was the only one who wasn't mean or rude to us at any point, or very demanding. I'd sure like to see him again if you can find him.
If it's doable, we'll do it, but I make no promises.
Oh, that's okay. Please just stop this darkness. I don't know if we'll be able to stay here much longer.
Do you happen to know when it first started?
The darkness started out of nowhere about 6 months ago. Maybe 8 miles, 9 or 10 east of here. It just randomly started one day. It wasn't much. It was just like, oh, maybe a cloud is passing by, but the cloud just never left. And from there, it just got darker and darker, and before we knew it, the sun was leaving.
Oh my. Was there any new person who came to the town that you did not recognize? Or
Nobody. No, we don't get many travelers out here. Honestly, everybody passing through here is Probably been the most foot traffic we've gotten in my entire life.
Well,
I hope you guys are okay too. I hope you can come back and fix this problem.
we will.
We can have a
certainly
big party.
a party.
I like
That is-
parties.
That is a lot, but we will do our best. And I guess
We'll
Delilah
slay
kinda looks
anything
at
that
it,
could be in the darkness.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Said we'll
Sorry,
slay
Sparkle.
anything that will be in the darkness, I guess.
Let us know if you find any of the members of our village, please.
We'll try.
Are we ready to go?
I am if you are.
I've been ready.
Good luck, everyone. Come back soon. I don't think I have much longer, to be honest.
I'm
And
glad
with
someone
that-
said it.
And with that, our party departs. As you enter, oh wait, let me move you guys over. Okay, and bear
I was
with me.
gonna say,
This
which
is my
direction are we
first
supposed to go?
east.
Guys, I think we're entering something.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm doing this right. To all the listeners, I do apologize. This is my first time using Roll20 software. I've only ever DM'd in person before, and that was like one. I'm not even a campaign. Okay, here we go. Okay. Is the music too loud?
Sounds good to me.
A little bit for me, but that's
Is that better?
yeah.
Cool. And can anybody see anything outside of the square they are currently standing in?
I see what appears
There's
to
like
be inky rolling clouds.
Perfect.
It's still loading for me.
Okay.
I just see inky clouds.
Perfect. If everybody could
Yeah, just
please
clouds.
pick their marching order in your little, I
darkness.
think it. No, I think it should be like a 3x4 square.
Yeah, it looks about 3x4.
Okay, I see.
I will say if we discuss a marching order out loud, Saltus will attempt to place himself third from the front, so second to last, and he could care less about any order other than that.
So Lace is gonna march herself straight to the front.
Delilah. Oh, you go.
I was gonna say I'll go to either the second or last. Doesn't matter to me.
I will go last. I don't mind.
Okay, please arrange yourselves in that order.
I'm back.
And real quick, could
Well, there's
every-
only 3 squares.
How are we doing
to
this?
the right, so we can't really.
Here, let me extend it. This is my problem. I fucked this up. Here, let me.
I mean, you just and then move forward, and then I'll move sideways.
Here, wait. Nope, that's a door. I don't want a door. I want a line. So if I do this, and then I do like this, and then I do like this, and this is all getting cut out. So that makes it better. Boop. 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 And then I go like this, and then I grab this, and then I go that. You should now have a bigger play square.
We do.
Can
Perfect.
Here, I will go here and say, someone, third for last. Everyone do your thing.
What is happening? We're going to the right.
Yes.
We're going to the right. in that
Uma
case.
and Saltus swap
You will-
spaces.
I'm gonna be completely honest. You guys will eventually go north here due to map limitations. It's not that wide. I like that nice diagonal path you got
Yeah.
going.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact that the grid overlay doesn't match the grid on the map is I keep moving my token to the wrong place. It's taking me. a
I'm so
second.
sorry. I tried to fix it so often.
Yeah, it's really touchy. It's very touchy. I hate it.
And all the other ones are fixed. If that makes you
Yeah.
feel any better. Okay. Good.
Saltus will
Yes.
thumbs up. He is where he wants to be.
Akuma salutes and says yes.
Salutes. Love it. Okay. Da-da-da. So, a perpetual twilight hangs over the woods. The air itself is thin and cold, carrying faint, earthly scent of stale leaves. There is no bird song, no insect bugs. Only the rustle of your own gear and the crunch of dead leaves underfoot. The trees are the most unsettling feature. They're not the vibrant, moss-laden giants of a typical forest, but a skeletal sentinel of sickly dark wood. Their branches are mostly bare, crisscrossing above you. The few remaining leathery leaves that cling on to the color are of dried blood and dust. You can only see about 30 feet in any direction. Beyond that, the scant light filtering through the canopy is swallowed whole by the oppressive uniform shadow. The lack of light has killed the underbrush, leaving the forest floor clean but strangely uneven, littered with rotting husks of fallen branches and the occasionally sickly white patch of fungus, the only visible life remaining.
Can I
It is a
speak to
place
the
of
fungus?
absolute
Oh,
It is a
Sorry?
place of absolute silence. It presses in on you, making every footfall sound too loud, every whispered word an echo. Following the traces of the adventuring group that passed through about a day ago, the trail is surprisingly easy to spot. A faint but distinct rut in the decaying leaf matter where they've moved over the same ground. It's too deliberate and straight to be any living animal. Can you please make a tracking check for me? I will only have one of you roll it. If you would like to do anything before the tracking check, let me know. This is just to kind of introduce the mechanic.
how do you do
Um,
that?
Is tracking akin to
That'd be
survival?
survival, right?
So-
Okay.
Let me say that. So the tracking mechanic that we're doing, it's not distinctly nature, it's not survival, it's whatever you think you can use in order to best follow these trails. In other words, if you are a big beefy character and you just want to take a machete and just follow the trail to a T and just chop through trees so you don't get lost, that is an option. Granted, the DC will be much higher than let me just kind of follow these tracks. But you just have to tell me how you want to follow them or how you're going to search for clues to where the party went.
Who would like
So-
to roll it?
Well, is everyone making one, or are we all deciding who gets to make one?
You guys are deciding who is going to take lead on tracking the party who passed through here. And the reason why And the reason why I'm doing it this way is in the future one shot that we are planning to play is that there are a certain number of successes and checks that you have to make in order to successfully follow something. Because this is so obvious, the number is low, just to kind of introduce the mechanic. But you need so many successes before you actually find what you're hunting.
I see. In that case, I will say to the party, like, we're obviously in a marching order, but I assume we know that this is not a safe location, so I speak in a very hushed tone and I kind of wave everybody in, and then I'll reach into underneath my cloak and I'll pull out the hilt of a rapier, and as soon as I pull it out, you watch as it begins to glow magically and emit a sort of dim moonlight, and I say,
Oh.
it's a very dark location we find ourselves in, and forests are not something I'm unfamiliar with. If you would like, I can activate this to its fullest. It's very visible. I'll climb a tree, and then I will scout from tree to tree ahead of the party. Anything that's hiding will be illuminated by the magical nature of this weapon, and I promise you, I will not be seen, at least not how fast I can move. Though it would break up the party structure if we were to be ambushed. Though I will warn, never once have I been.
Are you willing to be separated from the group for that long?
I'll do what needs to be done. What I want
get
is
that.
irrelevant.
I understand, but it could be good for us to stay together in the beginning so we understand generally where we are.
I will look to the other two for their opinions.
I think the sword could draw too much attention if it glows brighter than it already does.
I would agree, and that's mostly my plan.
To draw things to you instead of to us.
Someone attacking someone because they feel they have the upper hand almost always invariably leads to them themselves being attacked with someone else having the upper hand. I've spent my life taking hits. I'm not scared to take a few, but I guarantee you, just looking, the three of you can hit whatever attempts to hit me far, far harder than it will ever succeed in aiming at myself.
I will say that I'll have your back if you choose to do this. It would be helpful. Delilah looks to the other two.
I feel like if you're confident in your abilities, you can go on ahead. Just know we will be there if you need help.
Should we perhaps create, like a signal if you were to be in trouble or saw something to let us know?
A signal. That I can do, and I'll reach into my quiver, and I'll pull out an arrow that is. It visibly crackles with electrical energy, and I'll go. This is an innately magical arrow. Anything struck by it creates a sort of magical electric aura that hurts. Believe me, it hurts. But it's also rather visible, different so than the rapier. If you were to see this, you would know that I am fighting something, and would more than likely be requesting help.
Okay.
That or
That
the
works for
rapier
me.
disappears and you know I've been eaten, but at that point it's
Well-
not really my problem anymore, is it?
Let's hope it doesn't come to you being eaten.
Would be unfortunate.
Okay.
The music is a little bit loud for me. I don't know if you.
I could make it lower.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, because I was struggling to hear Akuma and Soleus.
In that case, what I will say is above board, Mr. DM, sir.
Yeah.
I am going to do a acrobatics check in these
Okay.
adjacent trees, and I'm going to as a wood elf, I have Mask of the Wild, so I am extremely adept at pseudo cloaking myself and moving through trees and brush. So I want to attempt an acrobatics check where I intentionally take out my moon touched rapier, which emits 15 foot of bright moonlight and then 15 foot of dim moonlight. So it's extremely visible, and I will intentionally jump from tree to tree using the glow of the sword as a sort of anglerfish style beacon to either illuminate the tracks, or if an ambush is awaiting us, to intentionally spring it so that my party can then counter ambush. Additionally, because I have the alert feat, anything that does attempt to ambush me will fail immediately, and it will give me at least some time to attempt to move back to my party. That is my intended plan, if that abides by the tracking check rules.
Is
Yes,
there a
except-
possibility? Oh, sorry, you go.
No, you please go, and I'll remember.
Yeah,
was
if you want to
gonna
cast guidance or something, go for it. Please.
I was gonna ask if I could use my Furbolg trait, the Speech of Beast and Leaf, to try and commune with the fungus or whatever plant life.
So the
is-
fungus is the only plant life around, and I would give it to you. However, if you read the ability, because I wrote this one for
Yeah,
you, and by
they
wrote
can
I mean
understand me, but I can't understand them.
correct. So you can talk to them if you would like.
I could give them yes or no questions.
Fair enough, and I'll just have them shimmer or shake. Well, we can do that before. Actually, Saltus, I'm just to give you a little bit of advance. I'm not gonna have you roll an acrobatics check because of your heritage. I believe you can fully climb a tree and jump from tree to tree without an issue.
Okay, but I want him to still roll it because what if you?
I'll roll it for funsies.
Funsies, let's do
Dude,
it.
I'll roll right now, dude. Acrobatics.
It's the same
guys,
thing in
acrobatics.
Critical Role
Guys,
when-
acrobatics is my worst stat. I only have a +8. I roll an extra one.
Well, anyways,
But he said I succeeded, so I succeeded.
no, too late now.
No, Mask of the Wild. Mask of the Wild gives advantage, so it's a 19.
Well, can I
No.
catch him if he falls?
Sure. So you watch as Saltus pulls out this, and you're pulling it out, right? And are you using it as just to kind of guide you? You're not using it for any leverage or anything like that.
Yeah,
right?
it's just to become intentionally visible.
Okay. So as you do that, the entire area lights up around you. Beautiful rapier come out as if it's catching moonlight itself, and you just see it kind of go right into the trees, and you see it jumping from tree to tree. I am going to have you make a perception check to follow the tracks, though.
Okay.
When you start.
Perception, or do we want to talk to Fungus first before we technically leave where we are?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yay. Am I just like going?
You're the one talking to
Me-
fungus. I
Okay.
can't do that.
Yeah, you're the one talking to fungus.
So
I don't eat
Delilah
plants.
finds the nearest white fungus and crouches down low and introduces, "Hi, hello, my name is Delilah. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions."
You watch as this white fungus, who clearly has never been spoken to before, shimmers with an excited buzzing. You just kind of see it vibrate back and forth.
Oh, aren't you just the cutest? Has anybody else aside from us come through this way? You could, shimmer or shake for a yes or no, whatever moves you.
It continues to buzz and vibrate.
Is that a yes? Can you shimmer for me? If it's a yes.
It continues to shimmer. It has not done anything else.
So others have come by here. Others like us?
It kind of stops shimmering and just in a very confused mushroom fashion kind of just like stops and stares at you.
I mean, on two legs that walk like this.
It continues to shimmer.
Okay, perfect. What about deer or any animals that walk by on four legs?
It stops and it kind of appears to think for a second, and then it just doesn't move.
Okay. Has it always been dark here for you?
It shimmers.
Always?
Shimmers.
How? You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't be able to answer that question. Have you been here a long time?
It stops moving.
So you're new.
It shimmers.
Do you know any? Well, because fungi have like a network system, right? Because like they're connected to
The
other.
mycelium, yes.
Yeah.
The mycelium circuit.
Would I know that at base because of
Roll
what
nature.
I am? I feel like I would know that
I-
at base.
I feel like, how are we gonna know?
Is this
like,
animal handling or is this like actually nature?
This would be nature. Fungus
Nature,
aren't animals.
'cause-
Oh,
You are
wait.
uncertain on if fungi are connected through a vast network of mycelium.
Are we headed in the right direction?
It stops. It doesn't know why you're here.
Oh. Well, thank you for having this conversation with me. You were quite lovely.
It excitedly shimmers and shakes, almost like it's trying to come out of the ground, and it just looks very happy.
Can I bring him with us? Or would that kill him?
He stops. You want to roll a nature and find out?
I don't want to hurt him, so I'm just gonna leave him alone.
Gonna kill it, leech it from its life source.
Delilah bids the little mushroom goodbye and then looks back at the rest of the party and goes, that was generally a little helpful. The little mushroom has not been here for very long, and the darkness has been here for 6 months. So... But he did say that, or he did agree that there were others like us that came through here, so we're headed in the right direction. I'm sorry I could not come up with other answers for us.
Saltus thinks in his mind, man, I'm so glad those three are definitely following me and not talking to mushrooms. Because I'm in these trees and I'm super nervous, but I know my three new friends got my back. And then the camera pans and you're all crushed around a mushroom going, I don't know. And I'm like, they got me. If nobody's got me, they got me.
So should we follow Saltus now?
We should probably go catch up to him. He's probably thinking we're right behind him.
I could still see his
Yeah, he
whatever.
I'm
moon
very
beam was
visible.
spell.
The mushroom is
very
so
visible.
cute, by the way. So
Good.
cute.
You said you wanted me to do perception to track the track?
Yeah, because you're like tracking from the treetops now at this point. But I'm not going to give you disadvantage simply because of you have advantage apparently.
Oh, I just didn't uncheck it. Take the first number.
Oh, yeah, I will. Trust me, I like that 19.
Yeah.
Okay. So the path ahead of you curves slightly deeper into the gloom, as Saltus checks from the treetops with his with his very bright rapier leading the way. He comes across a small. Here, I'm just gonna move everybody. I should have made the map a bit bigger. First time mistakes. Give me a second. And this is your continued marching order, Saltus, to the side, and then everybody going forward in this order, correct?
Yeah.
Go with this.
As you all walk away, you watch a solitary mushroom shimmering excitedly as you continue down the dark path. Okay, now let me adjust the layers here.
That
so
mushroom is actually the final boss of this campaign. We totally fed him all the information. We're screwed.
By the way, yeah, your rapier is so bright it lit
Damn.
up the rest of the map.
There's a reason I took it. I was like, this is a common item? Deal.
So valid.
Okay. So one thing that you do notice, Saltus, can you please make me a stealth check? And I'm gonna, because your perception was so good, I'm gonna give this with advantage, and you kind of put away your rapier as this happens.
Advantage stealth. Natural.
Oh, that's perfect.
Damn.
Okay. You put away your rapier, and you see that the light is dim enough where you can still see adequately through it, and you see a band of marching creatures. Did they all appear for you guys?
Uh-oh. Yep.
Mhm.
Those are bigger
Okay.
than I thought they would
What?
be.
Okay, perfect. Your rapier successfully kind of lit everything up. So hey, this is great. And because your stealth is so good, they do not notice you at all. Okay. So can you do me so one thing that I do want to explain is if you want any information about a monster, you can roll lore, nature, arcana, whatever you think is going to be the closest upon first seeing them and during combat. And I will give you information about them that I believe your character would know. That is always an option. So can you guys see the images in the...
Yeah.
I can see the images,
Okay.
yeah. And then I will say just innately because of like the character of who Saltus is, like I imagine he's using like the Wood Elf Mask of the Wild, which like lets me hide basically even in plain sight in forest environments, regardless of the condition of them. So I'm almost like predatoring through leaves.
Buddy, with that nat 20, you can do everything.
Yeah, and so I imagine like you just see two elven eyes peering through like a patch of leaves in a tree. I instantly lock on to these three creatures that I see, and just like the Rolodex of monsters I've hunted in my 200 years of life just flickers really, really fast. And if allowed, I would like to roll a nature check to try to figure out if I can get at least names and like potentially weaknesses of what we're dealing with.
So I will give you straight up information right now because it is pretty obvious, but the two in the back are giant spiders.
Yep.
Just putting that out there.
That I figured.
But,
I cared more about the thing in the front.
Yes, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, make a... What do you want to roll? Nature?
I would choose roll nature, just because forest is my thing. Like, I've almost memorized every creature that I've ever encountered within a forest, and so I'm like, I have to have seen something similar at least. I should know about what it is.
Yes.
8.
So what you do see in front of you is just a probably 6 foot tall, about 200-pound creature. It looks to be a mix of humanoid and spider itself, and it seems to be kind of shepherding the two giant spiders, almost apparently going in the north direction. So I'm just gonna do this so I can see it. They're going like this direction. Okay.
And my allies are able to see them as well, right? Because I illuminated the area.
Well, you put away your rapier, but like because it's dim light everywhere, they are able to see them without issue. It's not like dim light in darkness.
Oh no, I just
You know
didn't,
what I
I
mean?
just
When you
didn't
only
need to
have-
know if I needed to roll to like pantomime the information to my party of like how do I hand signal spider and weird thing. But if they could see it, then I don't need to say. I'm not gonna make any noise if I think they could see it.
Yeah, you see how they're kind of like very goodly behind this tree line.
Yeah.
The creature in front cannot see them. at this point, especially because they're not looking that way. Their passive perception is not high enough to pull back the curtain.
Okay.
Say, would dark vision help in this situation with it being very dimly lit?
So it's like dim throughout. The only disadvantage you get from dim light is on perception checks. For like combat and dim light. So like everything just still seems fine. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to affect you in any way, shape, or form. And it won't give you advantage because it's dim daylight, which is kind of hard to explain because usually in the rules of D&D, dim light is supposed to be, oh, you're in darkness, you're by torchlight. It's this far, and then darkness. So for this, it's like dim light through.
Okay.
So it's considered technically lightly obscured, and the only thing that affects at this point in time is your perception checks that rely on sight.
Okay.
But like you won't get a disadvantage if you attack.
Okay.
Oui. And Saltus, you can now do what you will with this information.
I will, in that case, seeing that there's these creatures and seeing that I'm fairly confident that my allies have like visualized them, I will very stealthily reach like my hand through the brush line that I'm hiding in, and I will make like a thumbs up motion, thumbs down motion, and I will wait for a signal from my party to say whether or not they want me to sneak attack these monsters, like to get the jump on them before they realize that we're here, or whether they want to try to skirt around them.
How far? I don't think we can.
They were about
So-
30 to 40 feet from us.
From
No,
you,
from like, is he? Are you
40.
telling us this? So you came back and told us this?
Well, I mean, like you're watching me in the trees, and I'm signaling to you, like they're right there. You could see that they're right there. Do you want me to like, or do you want us to
Basically,
zip?
the tree above us.
Yeah,
For the most-
Delilah kind of makes a gesture of we should follow
makes
where
sense.
they're going.
I will
Are
look
they
to the other
going
two.
somewhere, or are they just sitting there?
they're actively walking in what appears to be this direction, north of where you guys are. Can you guys see my line or no?
I can see it.
I'd
Cool.
be curious as to where they're going.
Saltus takes a quick look at the other three party members, like now that we're in like a near combat scenario. Do any of them look like there would be any aspect of them that would actively hinder the concept of like tailing these guys? Is anyone wearing like heavy armor, particularly loud armor, anything that would make like attempting to stealth basically give up our advantage of sneak attack? Or does everyone look pretty deft at slinking?
I'm pretty. Oh, I don't know. I thought that was an individual question, but
Yeah, no, go individual. I'm sorry.
my character can slink, to say the least.
Okay.
Wearing leather armor and don't really have anything else really going on.
Okay.
So no, I could probably slink around.
Delilah does have a breastplate.
Breastplate
Oh.
does not give disadvantage while stealthing.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. In that case, Saltus will thumbs up Delilah's tracking idea, unless Akuma or Shalias have a better idea or a different idea or a counterpoint.
Also gonna
Let's
dim you a
stalk these
little bit.
bitches.
You're gonna stalk them? Okay. I will need everybody to make a stealth check, and this will be against their passive perception.
Oh. I don't know what the other one's passive is.
Jesus Christ.
I told you I could slink.
Hold on. I just need to check if this gives me a numerical bonus.
I only get a 1 to stealth, so I don't care.
That's a pretty good roll. Still.
Do I see any point between like where we are now and where they're going that we think is so lightly obscured with foliage that it would basically end our hide? Or does it look pretty consistently dense for a forest in the general
It
direction
looks-
that they're heading?
Consistently dense. The creatures, as you're watching them, appear to be looking down and following the same exact tracks you are following.
Okay. In that
So
case, Mask of the Wild does nothing, so I'll just roll straight stealth.
Shit, I actually have to check now. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So, you are all successfully stealthy.
Hooray.
So you're going to follow these creatures, and
Huzzah.
they're going to continue on their way, crushing under the dead foliage as they move, kind of taking almost a pyramid-type pattern. And you are going to, eventually, after following them, you see a camp in the distance. You can't tell much at this point. What you can tell, though, is that there is an abandoned camp from the previous adventures. 6 dark canvas tents are pitched in a rough circle. They're all standing, but the ropes have slackened, making the canvases sag like tired shoulders. They look like they're kind of about to give in, but not quite yet. And in the center, it appears to be a burnt fire pit.
And we see no obvious people walking around like the previous party. We don't see them just like sitting around the fire. It looks like this camp has been abandoned for at least a moderate amount of time.
Based on what you can see from the outside, it doesn't look like there are any cobwebs or anything of that nature on the tents. They don't look terribly old. From here, you can't really tell the distance in the dim light unless you make me a disadvantage perception check.
Perception. I will try. There's no harm in trying. Nine.
You can tell that the tents do look a little weary, but not terribly old or terribly new.
Can I smell anything odd with my heightened senses?
Okay, so let me double check on heightened senses before I butcher this or give you too much power.
Yeah.
Yep, so you can make a perception check relying on smell, and that is straight up no disadvantage.
Okay, and that is my wisdom.
Yes.
Hello? Load. Let's see if this actually rolls well, though. That is the question. This is straight up just my wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
So the scent of the decaying leaves are too much for you at this distance. You can't really smell anything abnormal. Furthermore, the pure putrid stench of whatever is leading the giant spiders does not fill you with joy. It kind of makes your stomach churn. It smells like death and bile.
Delilah covers her nose and tries to not be sick.
Saltus will seeing that they're moving in on the camp and knowing that it's the lighting situation is very difficult and not being 100% certain that like he's concerned that if we continue to watch the spiders, if there is someone who is unaware of the spiders at camp, the spiders will get to them before we could save them, and that is at the very least a witness, at the very most like a friend who shouldn't be suffer death by spider. So you will see him like signal to you guys again like that the camp is there, and then he'll point to the creature leading the 2 spiders, and he'll draw his finger over his neck, and then he'll do thumbs up, thumbs down.
Delilah agrees.
I'll nod
Gonna
in
look to-
agreement.
Okay.
Why?
You say that
And-
out loud, or because I'm doing like hand signals because we're stealthing because the spiders are like 10 feet from me and I don't want to die.
Yeah.
So Leis is gonna look at Delilah and Akuma and kind of give like the sideways thumbs up. Like, what are we doing here? What are you guys thinking?
Delilah agrees, and can I use Hidden Step to turn invisible?
Let me double check. I don't think there's a problem with that, but I think it's like one of those if-then things.
Oh. Yeah, because if it says like, oh, it needs to be in combat, give me a
Oh no,
minute.
you can do
like,
it. No, it just you took it away from me.
Sorry.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I have no problem with that. Just remember to
Okay.
take one down from your resource box we gave
Yeah.
you.
Delilah, make sure that her teammates see her before she does it, and then when you guys look away and look back, she's gone.
Yep. Yeah. Is there anything anywhere you would like to go before this starts? You have your movement.
Let me. Where was I? I was right here, right?
Yeah, you were were the square below Akuma.
Wait, what's my walking speed? God.
Most races is 30, sometimes
Okay,
35.
perfect.
Here's a second Delilah. Pay no mind to it. I'm making it a GM Delilah.
Oh, perfect.
So I know where they are constantly.
Yeah.
Here? Or is that too far? I think here.
That's good. Wait, do it one more time.
20, 25.
Or
Done.
this one.
Yeah, that works.
You are there.
Fantastic.
Okay.
In that case, you will see Saltus. He'll signal to you guys, and he's going to start a countdown with his fingers for if Akuma or Soleus want to do something, like a preparatory action. And then once his countdown hits, you see him like reach for his bow, and he's slowly going to start lining up a shot. But
Soleus is gonna look at Akuma and go, "Doesn't look like you have a choice now." Because he was kind of unsure if he wanted to do this.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he said, yeah, that's my bad.
I'm so sorry.
I said I was good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I could have swore before you said you didn't want to
No,
do
I
it.
said I was.
Sorry.
I was good with whatever.
Saltus has a renewed confidence in his decision.
Perfect.
Yeah. And yeah, because basically I'm gonna hold my action of attacking the creature leading the spiders until Akuma and Solus say that they're not gonna do something, or they're gonna do something like hide or also turn invisible or some other action.
I mean, right now, am I limited by movement distance?
Anything, I'm gonna say you will have to stealth for new movement because you have been following them for a bit. I actually should have made Delilah do that. No, I messed up, and
Yeah,
you're
she was
gonna not be
invisible.
penalized.
Well, you can. Okay.
I just assumed she didn't have to do that because she was
in,
invisible.
so...
Yeah, I think like the rule is technically they're still making like sounds.
Yeah, unless you have like Boots of Elvenkind, which says you make no sound when you're stepping. Technically, you're supposed to just roll with advantage, but almost every GM I know hand waves invisibility because it's
You want me to
invisibility.
still, like, roll it, and then if I.
Nah, we'll just keep going. I'll let Akuma move up his movement speed before that starts. Just as fair is fair, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Behind them.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And
stay
then-
where I am.
Be prepared for once Saltus fired his arrow.
Are you guys preparing an action to... well, I guess we'll let Saltus fire, and then we'll roll our turn orders.
Yeah, because
as soon as I figure out how to do that.
Well, when we get there, I can tell you. But basically, all Saltus is gonna do, because he's hidden in a tree, he's basically he's looking at the creatures. He's looking at the creature leading the two creatures, and he's making a mental note of like, it's got to be more intelligent if the spiders are following it. He's like, the spiders are dangerous, but intelligence is far more of a threat. And so you see him like slowly pull an arrow out from his bag, and he like disappears and leaves, and you just hear like the ever subtle taunting of a bowstring, and then he's going to like you see the smallest little like flicker of light. I'm going to bonus action ignite an oil soak, and then I'm going to sneak attack shoot the creature leading the two spiders. Am I hidden enough to get advantage on? Is this a surprise round, or is it just a straight roll?
This is going to be a surprise round,
okay.
So you will have advantage on this shot.
Okay, and then I am going to longbow, and you hear like a whisper on the wind. You just hear like, gotcha, Natural 20.
The wind.
I rolled.
Oh shit!
I rolled a 30.
Whoa.
I rolled a 30.
Holy
Good
shit!
lord.
Oh,
Jesus. Okay,
Delilah
well,
does not curse, by the way.
I
That was
think
Did I hit it?
I think you hit it. I could be wrong, but let's check the math.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna roll damage with longbow. That's the damage plus my
Let me just pull up this
bracers.
poor bastard's health.
And then
it's not a lot.
oil soaked. We don't have a token for because it's like a custom arrow. I'm just gonna roll the
Yeah.
D4 because I believe you said it was a D4.
Yep, it's a 1d4.
Slash R 1D4.
Is that including your crit or no? I
The
don't
plu-
think
the
that is.
plus the plus 6 is the crit. That's the extra dice because it's the
Oh,
extra.
shit.
It's 1d8 plus dex. So I rolled an 8, so a total of 13.
Yeah.
And then the extra d8 for the crit, which I rolled a 6. The 2 is from the bracers because it's a longbow, and then the fire is the 1d4, which is 1 for a total of 22
22.
damage. One of which is fire for sake of resistances and vulnerabilities.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just pulling up
I
all my
didn't hear
things
a
to make.
word that was said.
Is it because I spoke too fast, or did I cut out? Because if so, I'll fix my mic.
There was nothing. It was just silence.
I heard everything.
interesting.
Perfect. So
I-
long as you
so-
heard me.
Fantastic.
So you all watch as Saltus launches his arrow, his bowstring is taunt, and he just lets it fly. You watch a streak go through the night, hitting this abomination directly in the back of his head. He is severely wounded, but he is still standing, unfortunately. It appears that he's kind of grasping, but he is so surprised that he can't quite function, and he's kind of trying to reach back there, but he can't do anything. Please roll initiative. So, Saltus, you have taken your turn.
Now
giant spider-
I do have extra attack, and we started with me. So do I get my second
Sure.
attack?
Yes, you do.
In that case, I am going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to use a regular arrow instead of the oil soaked because my position is exposed, and he looks damaged enough that I don't think I need to do the
Nice.
overkill. I don't want to waste the
How far?
resource.
Mhm.
And then, so I am going to longbow again. Let me turn off advantage because I assume now they know we're here.
Yes.
11.
The 11 does not hit.
I
He's
figured.
standing there, he's reaching back, but he's like moving forward and backward a little bit, and your arrow lands directly in the tree next to him.
Well, I've used my bonus action to light the arrow, and I don't want to move for risk of falling out of the tree, so I will end my turn there.
So then Giant Spider's one turn ends not doing anything because it is Delilah.
The invisible
my
creature.
turn?
It is.
The invisible.
Okay, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do. Because I can still move, right?
Yeah.
Unless your invisibility is special, I think you're allowed to do literally anything except attack or cast a spell and stay invisible.
Or force something to make it.
Or force save through, yeah.
Yeah, the same thing.
Delilah just appears out of invisibility, like a solid snake lighting a cigarette. You're pretty good, and just executes an Etacap, just cuts its head off.
Oh my god.
Shit, where am I?
Oh, would you like to see your token for a hot second?
Yes.
Did that help?
Okay, yes.
She could be
I think I got the
anywhere.
right one.
Okay.
I don't know how we lose an 8-foot tall thing.
You forget to cherish
If
her.
I move, one second. If I move here, can I see the Ettercap from there?
You can see it from everywhere.
Okay, but
Yeah. Because of, well, I guess, you can they head
Yeah.
around the giant spider? I never considered this. I'm going to say no because otherwise it has some cover. Does that sound right? to
Usually to take the hide action behind a creature, you need to be one size category smaller. Allies generally, like when it's a large creature, if it constitutes a mount, typically you give half cover. But I don't know if the Ettercap has anything that says like it can ride the spider, so it's kind of up to you.
No, it doesn't. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, because like you're kind of trying to shoot around it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'd say, what I did with you guys with the rats, I did half cover. like with the doorway. So I
Yeah,
don't see
I
much
feel
of a
like that
difference
makes
with that.
sense. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do.
So it would just be a
Yeah,
+2 to its
Tugger,
AC.
he has. I'm gonna give it half cover because that's the also official rule here that I just pulled.
Oh, I don't even need to see them.
Even better.
Can you move me here?
You should be able to move yourself
Disregard
right
that,
now.
Disregard that.
Um,
Excellent, look at that.
I would like
Trying to do
to. I would like to.
Oh, I pulled the wrong one. My bad. That explains why you asked me to. Oh wait, no, I didn't. God, so many layers.
Oh yeah.
Am I saying this to you like secretly, or am I like just doing it?
I don't know what you're doing.
No, it's okay. I don't think I'm gonna do it because I don't think it makes sense.
Anything
I
you
also
do
don't
that,
know
yeah,
how to do
anything
that.
you do that would drop invisibility, we would see you do because your invisibility would drop. So you don't necessarily need to be secretive.
I guess I just don't know what to do.
I mean, you're invisible. Doing nothing is a valid option. You could just say, "Hey, I wait and see," or you can hold an action that says, "If it gets within X amount of feet of me, I do blank." Like you don't
Can I-
necessarily have to act.
Can I actually like? Can I set my hunting trap? Like here?
Yeah,
Okay, I want to do that.
that only takes one action, right?
That takes an action, and then I still have a bonus action
Nice.
of
Not
other
bad.
things.
Yeah, and technically speaking, it doesn't force a saving
Yeah.
throw. The trap
does not.
so it doesn't break your invisibility.
Wait. How
Yeah.
do I use
Okay.
it?
How do
Wait, how
I?
do I press it?
Is there any way for me to add? Oh yeah, here. Let me do.
Yeah,
this
if you take the
for me.
paintbrush, you can draw a shape, and then you can just say like triangles or hunting traps, and then you just draw it
I-
into the square.
Yes.
I typically just
Freehand.
freehand an X, and that's how I know X
Yeah, that's
is
what I'm
trap.
about to do.
Yeah.
Can you mark the location one more time to make sure I get it out perfect? Right there, good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Should I stealth? Should I roll stealth for this?
No, because they're surprised and they're not looking.
Oh, they're not.
Actually-
Okay. Do you want?
Yeah.
I can. Do you want me to?
Yeah, do it. Do it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
Woo! Okay, let me just make sure that I don't have to do anything else. Like I don't have like a bonus action somewhere.
Bonus action, she goes double invisible.
Yeah, for real.
Super invisible.
She gets in her car and leaves. in real life.
So that was
There's
my
just
action,
an
which
8-foot
means
tall void wandering around now.
can I still move?
Yeah. You've only moved 5 feet to get up there. So you still have your 25 feet of movement, I believe.
Yeah, I think Furbolg is 30.
Yeah, 25. Yeah.
Oh, I'm stupid. Whatever. I'm sorry this is taking me forever. I've never used this before.
I'm also trying to figure this out, so we're all good.
Don't think. Wait a second.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. It's a second. I'm waiting.
My breath is baited.
I feel like I shouldn't do this because I don't think it does anything, actually.
Well, I mean, this is also a surprise round. Like, they're surprised, so they're not even really going to act. So you can also wait to see how this fight develops. Like, if we blitz these guys, you might not want to necessarily waste something
Okay.
expendable.
Then that'll be what I do. I'll stay where I am.
So you're gonna go forward one, set the trap, and walk back one?
Yes?
Okay. And you're not gonna move from that spot, right?
I'm
Just
gonna
wanna
move
make sure.
here.
Okay, you can move your token.
Okay. I don't like you.
I'm just gonna remember that it's invisible.
Yeah. You could also put a sticker
Okay.
on it that says, like, a shade, like an X to let you know it's invisible or whatever.
Fair.
know
I don't
why
want to just permanently make Delilah red, though.
Yeah.
Okay. The next spider is also stunned at the occurrence of just watching its equivalent father figure get shot in the back of the head.
That's so upsetting.
Akuma.
Well, seeing that Saltus targeted the intelligent leader first, I'm going to also target it and attack it with an Eldritch Blast. from where
Eldritch
I am
Blitz
currently
him.
standing.
Do it.
Eldritch Blast.
You hit him. Congratulations.
Damn.
You splat
Please.
this dude over the forest.
Roll for damage.
10.
Okay, so you all watch as, you know what, Akuma, you flavor this. It's cooked, but you flavor. What does it look like?
As you just see a nice tealish blackish glow start accumulating in the palm of his hand as you see a bolt just launch from the sphere glowing in the palm of his hand at the leader of this small insectoid group.
Yes. So while it is struggling with the arrow in the back of its head, it kind of turns around to see what happened, and the next thing it sees is that teal black beam absolutely blasts through it, taking off its entire upper torso, and you just watch as the flop to the ground.
I did have a question.
Yes.
You said this was a humanoid-ish spider hybrid thing.
Yes, it was.
Oh
Would
no.
I use a cursed specter on it?
Yup.
Yeah, if it constitutes a humanoid.
Okay, so it is described as humanoid, but it is classified as a medium monstrosity.
Oh, if it's a monstrosity, then a cursed specter will fail.
Oh, okay. Then
But you don't
I'm
use, you
sorry.
don't expend the resource though. It just doesn't work.
Okay.
Because the downside to a cursed specter is that it specifies a creature, like a humanoid, the creature type.
When you say a humanoid.
Yeah. So like a
Yeah.
goblin or another dude or.
Yep.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, I think
That's
you
why
also
I-
at your
that's
level
why
though.
I tried to
Dude playing
specify
another
it.
dude playing
Yeah.
another dude.
I think at your level though, don't you get 2 Eldritch Blast beams? Can't you shoot again?
Oh yeah, I see it. 2 beams of level, so I can just shoot one of the spiders too.
Yep.
So I would have to roll for that one.
Once.
Yeah, it's a separate roll. It counts as basically casting the cantrip twice.
This
Okay.
one's-
Okay, but Akuma
Both
is about to
spiders
take
are
a
still
shot to
alive,
see what
right?
happens.
Yes,
I'm
both
gonna go
spiders are
for
still
the.
alive.
I'm gonna go for the red spider with the other beam then.
Perfect.
That's 20.
You hit it.
Dang.
And somehow did less damage.
That's crazy. Did you crit on that?
I'll check the damage. No, it only rolled 1d10, so you need to roll 1 more d10.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah,
crit,
because you
so it's
critically
double the
hit
dice.
Okay.
There you go. So it's 17.
Wait a second. Something's not right here.
Are you noticing that the mod isn't adding?
Yes.
You might not have it checked. We might have to do the global modifier thing. I'd say for now, just look at what his mod is and add it to each dice roll. Well, actually,
I'm pretty sure.
it would only add once to the crit, but it would also add to the one before it as well.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
But the other thing was, yeah.
What
so
was it at, like
you
1
get
health?
plus. He gets +4 to the damage, so that's 17
So
and
it's 21.
21 damage.
Force damage.
21 force damage. Yes. Let me go here. How much health do you have left?
Yeah, I don't know how to
Okay,
add
so-
the +4 modifier to that stuff.
Yeah.
I could take a look at your sheet between sessions.
Yeah. Well, definitely, we'll go over it again.
Oh, would I
and
just
we'll
add it?
accept
Damage, just add +4.
Yeah, I can make a
Yeah.
checkbox that basically says, like, when Eldritch Blast, add +4. I just have to touch your sheet.
Yeah, I could probably. Oh, I could probably actually do that. I'll do it after because
Yeah,
this is.
we're
okay.
we're in the heat of combat.
That'll be
So-
time consuming.
You could see that this spider, not that anybody really saw it, was already kind of. And you watch as the next blast just hits it so hard that it just goes right up against that tree. You hear a sickening crunch as its exoskeleton folds, and it falls back on the ground, unmoving. And it's gone. Poor spider number 1. You will be missed.
This was the red one or the loser one?
red
The
Red
red
one.
Red one.
Saltus grumbles to himself, like, in Kill Stealer. Did
Theft.
all the work on that Ettercap, and you just swooped in.
Just blasted it with unholy lightning. How dare you?
Some of us have to use actual weapons. We can't just wheel our enemies to death.
Womp womp.
You can't blow them up with your will.
Gotta get within-
I nicknamed my bow my will.
That's so funny.
You just see
I'm
will
writing
and
that down. Give me
Yeah.
a second.
Now you gotta upstage him, Celeste. 1v1 that giant spider.
Don't step on the bear trap that you don't know that it's there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Wait,
please
where? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you don't know.
Uh,
No, run straight forward.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, we're good. I'm not getting that close to it. I keep like figuring out which box I need to go to, clicking back to the clicker, and then forgetting which box I measured out.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I'm gonna move there. I'm gonna use coiling grasp because I think that should be within 15 feet.
I believe it's all.
That's what if I measured it correctly.
It is.
Yes, that is 15
Yeah,
feet
15
because
feet.
it is a large speeder, and like from the one you're in to the bottom right, it touches it.
Coiling grasp. They need to make a strength save, and it's a DC of 14. If they fail, then they take 3d6.
Okay. So that is your character sheet, not the speeders. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I need to make a strength saving throw in top 15. It does not pass. Please roll your 3d6 and then describe. Yeah, roll the 3d6.
Take 11 force damage.
Okay, it's not dead, but can you please describe what happens?
So in the chat real quick, I'm going to... Oh, I lost the image. Never mind. But basically,
I
Soleil's
think
just
it was
gonna
in the
hold out...
Discord.
Did I send it? Did I send the tattoo in the Discord?
I think you did.
There was a tattoo
yeah,
in the Discord,
Yeah,
yes.
D&D one.
Okay, so yes, so that is like wrapped around her left forearm. She's going to hold out her left hand outreach towards the spider, and the thorny vines that are in her hand are going to uncoil from her wrist and extend out from her fingertips towards the giant spider, and these thorny black vines are going to wrap around the spider, and then once wrapped around him, just snap like tight around it and do whatever the 11 damage.
So you hear, similar to the last one, the sickening crunch of an exoskeleton giving up. You hear I don't want to say the bones, you hear all of the legs snap in place as it's forcefully crushed externally. That giant spider is not looking very good. It is still kicking. It is crying in pain. But it is still alive.
I have extra attack.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't think that's an attack, isn't that
it does not. It is not an attack, so that's more like
It's
an
an-
action.
yeah,
I
it's
you
just
thought
do.
an
it
action.
was an attack.
No, it's like if I don't know how to say
It
this.
functions
It's
as like a
the
spell
wizard.
scroll. Yeah.
Yes, it's like you're casting a spell in order to use the item.
Oh, okay. Womp womp.
Womp womp, indeed.
I was so ready.
You were about to. Take it.
No, I really was gonna. I was gonna sling a dagger at its fucking head, man.
Ah,
I was so ready.
Yeah, in the future, if you
Hold
look,
on, let
yeah,
me see if I
yeah.
have any bonus
Yeah,
actions.
in the future, if you look at like the description of stuff like that, like where it says comma, you can as an action comma. Typically, if it's worded like that, it means it takes the entire attack action. It doesn't say as an attack, in which case you could substitute it. It's like a semantic difference, but it has a mechanical change.
Healing word is useless.
No, heal the
It's
spider.
only bonus action I have. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
sure.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's just like, oh, I didn't mean to hurt you that bad. Let me just take some of that back. Yeah, I guess that's my turn.
Okay. The Ettercap is half there,
Turbo
gone
dead.
with the wind. Saltis, it is now your turn as the one.
Okay, so for me, for ruling clarification, because the grapple came from a magical effect, is it simultaneously grappled and restrained, like in spells like Entangle, or is it just grappled?
It's just grappled.
So
further.
I would not have advantage on it. It is not. It just has a movement speed of 0.
Correct.
Okay. In that case, I am just going to take 2 regular longbow shots at it. No special arrows. 28.
You hit. Please, roll for damage.
11.
Please describe how you kill and put this giant spider out of its misery.
So as I see the tendrils kind of like crushing the like almost hydraulic body system of the spider, and it's like cracking and fluid is leaking out, for a brief moment I feel legitimate pity at what is ultimately just a really big spider. It's just being a spider. It hasn't done anything. It's just the way of the woods, you know. Something's always getting hunted, and out of this like innate sense of elven pity, I just dome it like between all 8 eyes, single shot directly to the head, and it just slumps over, and like fluid begins to leak out of all the cracks, and it eventually its legs kind of curl up against the vines, and it settles.
And with that, our combat ends.
Can I? Because I realized a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, 1 second. Well, I had it. It's gone now.
She's like, damn, I wasted that hunting trap. How do I get it back? Without
No, you know what I'm talking about. I have the ability to, like, tell things. Information.
I think we call that seeing. I can sort of understand things that I look at and draw
While you
conclusions.
figure that out, just real quick, Soleus is gonna like retract the vines back onto the tattoo on her arm, and as she does that, she's gonna like side eye Saltus and be like, "Talk about a kill steal."
Yeah. He shrugs passively. Way of the forest.
What the heck? Where did this go?
And then you will watch as she's doing her thing. I will slink out of the tree into this, like into the cover of this tree, and when Delilah is done analyzing her sheet, I will, as soon as we're okay, I'm going to do a formal inspection of the bodies, and then if there's anything valuable on them that I could harvest, I will attempt to harvest. Because I'm thinking, like, someone might want to buy, like, the carapace or the keratin of these giant spiders to make shields or armor or something, and the ettercap might have something on it. I don't know.
Yeah. Can I roll for figuring out, like, in game what the ettercap was, and like maybe getting an insight on like the situation?
Yeah, of
Those
course.
2 different checks, but
Give me a quick second. We are going to do Saltus's thing, just to like make it ease, because I feel like when we do your thing, this can use a little bit more. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me. One of you.
Also, your mic's doing that cutout thing again. I don't know if you bumped it.
mine.
Mine. Is this okay?
Oh, yeah, it's better.
Sorry, that was just me going da 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 da, because
Oh.
I do that, unfortunately. Okay. So you have a couple different options on what you can go for. So this is where the other parts of the harvest come in. So okay. Let me pull up the rules just to make sure I don't mess this up. Okay. So I'm just gonna read this direct. Actually, I could probably just post this to you guys so you guys can see. So, I almost called you by your name. I'm so sorry. Saltus, I want you to make me a survival check to see what you can harvest.
If I were smart, I would have asked for help before I did this. But I didn't. 23.
Okay. With a 23, you feel as if you could probably successfully take like the plating of the this giant spider off, the chitin, if you will. You could go for the poison glands. You could go for a vial of blood, an antenna, an eye.
Do I have an innate understanding of what I think would be worth the most if I had the option to trade it in?
Yes. So you believe that the most valuable thing is probably the poison glands of the spider. Just off the top of your head. I'm going to send you a I should actually send this to everybody, so I will do that. Good. So with this list that I'm sending everybody, so this is what you can harvest from a quote-unquote beast. So the component DC that you see there marked, for our listeners, it's 5, 10, 15, and 20. You can take up to your survival roll in materials. If you take 1 from it, then, like, for instance, if you take that vial of blood, that counts for a 5. If you want 2, that's 10.
I see.
And typically, I did this wrong where you're supposed to say what you want first, but you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know what was available.
That is my fault. That is entirely my fault. Again, trying to balance all the info.
Yeah, makes sense. And then I will say, just looking at it, I will probably take the poison gland, and then I will take... I mean, it's a spider, so I know it doesn't have teeth, like a pouch of
You
teeth.
can take the fangs.
But yeah.
Pouch
I'm
of
sorry.
spider
I'm
fangs.
sorry. I did my mouth wrong. It's a 23, not a 25. So I can't do that. So I take the poison glands, and then I will take a vial of spider blood for 20, and then I'll have 3 left over.
Perfect.
So I just
And
like
then
to
just
clarify.
put, like... Oh, I'm sorry. Just put, in parentheses, beast next to those values.
Okay.
Thank you.
Question: if I take one of its like pincers, like let's say I roll high enough to do that, can that be used as a weapon?
It can be an improvised weapon, yeah, similar to a dagger. You're going to want to refine it into something else to make it stronger, because it will just have, like, the value of 1 at that point, because it's not actually a... Actually, no, I'd make it a 1d4.
So I can use it as a dagger.
Yeah, improvised weapon, though, so you won't get your proficiency bonus unless you're proficient in improvised.
Okay, so I don't think I am. I'm not. But
I mean, free stuff.
well, I was just thinking because of my character's background. If I roll this correctly, I know what I want my character to do. But
So you're going to take that from Lame Giant Spider number 2?
oh yeah, if I roll a high enough survival, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna like casually stroll up to the spider number 2 and just like grab its pincer and rip it out of its body and throw it into my pack.
That poor baby. Okay, go for it. Please add it. I would add the pincer and then just put beast in parentheses. And then Delilah.
I think she tried and failed at doing something.
I take the blood, the vial of blood.
You take nothing. With the nat 1, you are unable to get any vials of blood.
So sad.
Were you
Damn.
trying to get that from the Ettercap?
I was just trying to take a survival check to see what I could do. It's nothing.
Does
Yeah,
doing that, does that failure destroy the
womp.
body, or is the body still survivable? She just did it bad.
Yeah, 1 person per body.
Oh, so it
You
destroys
could
the
get
body.
2 people on a large creature.
Retroactively or consecutively? Like, could I hit the spider again because it's large, or does it have to be a different person?
No, different person, because
Okay,
you're
so that's
already
fine.
doing one thing with
That's
it.
what I figured.
Akuma, would you like to do anything at this point in time
Well,
to
I would
one of
like
the
to-
giant spiders?
Oh, sorry.
I'm just trying to think of if there's anything skill-wise that I have that I need anything for.
Then Delilah, with your thoughts while Akuma is figuring out his thought.
Well, I wanted to do the thing that I sent you.
Oh, shoot. You sent me a message 6 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sounds good. So are you, like, just looking for any
I guess I'm
signs of
doing
those
the-
things, or?
Yeah, I guess I'm just doing the intelligence because we're not technically tracking.
So you just want to see if any of those are around?
Well, I wanted to see, like, I wanted to get, like, have Delilah get more information about these creatures. I guess maybe if more were around, but like generally, like just general information about them and like possibly like maybe inferring why.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'll have you make a straight your choice of nature or survival check. The reason you don't get advantage is because it specifically says Fae, Fiends, and Undead in that description.
Mm-hmm.
Survival? Okay, perfect. So 16 is going to get you is you know that the Ettercap, the creature that you tried to take a vial of blood from, is typically similar to a parent or caretaker to giant spiders in this area. You can infer based on that roll that due to the lack of wildlife, these have probably traveled in search of food and to essentially expand their hunting grounds. You don't typically see them in the forest like this without their nest, but it seems like they were desperate and going in this direction. Based on the injuries of them prior, you can guess that maybe they had a run-in with the party that came before you.
For sake of ease, Delilah just recounts that to the party.
And 4?
So Saltus will comment like, that sounds about right. It's like giant monsters like this, typically ones that lack intelligence, are very instinct driven. If they're hungry, they act outside of their typical patterns. As for the more concerning thing personally, if the party set up, and he looks at the camp and he looks at 6 set up tents, if a party of 6 couldn't even finish off the spiders, not to gas ourselves up, but that wasn't that hard for us. I'm concerned that they might themselves be injured or be dealing with something else. We might have less time than we think.
I think we should check out the campsite and see if we can find any evidence or information that might lead us in that direction to find the party, maybe some answers.
Perfect.
Sounds
And
like
real
a plan.
quick, can everybody give me their passive perception, please? Just type it in the chat.
Oh, sure.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the DC was 13. Awesome. Not that hard at all.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Sorry, come on.
Okay, so as you approach this clearing, you see 6 what appears to be abandoned tents. In the center, where the adventurers typically would try and warm themselves after a long day or night, there appears to be a fire pit. It is a low ring of blackened stones. Inside the kindling and logs are stacked, perfectly arranged for a roaring blaze. They appear charred and dry to you. As you near, you feel a faint but definite warmth radiating from the pit. Not the scorching heat of an active flame, but a low, humming warmth of coals that have been burning for hours. You also hear, with your passive perception of 13, you hear a sound, but it's not quite right. You hear the distinct rhythmic hiss and pop of wood burning, the soft crackle of sap, and the snap of sap boiling away. There are no flames, no smoke, and no orange glow. The camp is completely silent otherwise. You can see the faint shimmer, almost invisible distortion right above the fire, as if there is a fire going. You do feel warmth from the fire.
And then I see this, right, because my passive perception is over 13.
Correct.
And then in that case, I will like signal people to come over and look at this, like, because this is obviously strange. And then you'll watch as I reach into my pocket and I pull out like a crossbow bolt, and I'm going to flip it around and grab it from the arrowhead, and I'm going to hold the crossbow bolt into like that distortion, and even though it looks like there's no fire, and see if it catches on fire as though there is invisible flame.
Copy, Delilah. I'm picking up the trap. What you see, Saltus, is you can feel it through the wood itself. If you've ever held a stick over burning fire, you know when it's changing. You feel the heat get warmer and warmer as you go deeper, and you see that the wood itself is charring, but there is no fire on your bolt. But you know definitively that it is burning.
Is this... Can I roll nature to see if I could figure out if this is a natural phenomenon or a magical one?
Yeah, go for it.
Not many natural invisible fires, but maybe. 18.
So you know that this is very not natural. But in every other way besides... You know what? I'll give you something because you did roll very good. The only thing missing from this fire is the light. Other than that, this fire is a perfectly normal fire.
The only thing missing from the fire is the light, but other than that, it's a perfectly normal fire.
Mm-hmm. Everything else about this fire screams
Fire, yeah.
it's a regular fireplace, but there's just no flames.
I will test out a theory. I have in my adventures bag, I have regular torches. Can I attempt to light a separate fire in this area and see if it is the area sucking the light out of flames, or if it's these flames are special? And I'll just take a tinderbox, and I won't light it with the invisible fire. I'll pull out a tinderbox, I'll walk 5 feet away, light the end of the torch, which is grease soaked, and then hold it up. Does it create flame? It gets hot, I assume, and then does it create flame?
So you notice, almost in an odd fascination, as you light your tinderbox, you see the flame of the torch light up, and then it progressively, almost steadily at first, gets smaller and smaller and smaller. However, you see no smoke rising from the torch. You know definitively that you have lit that torch. There is no flame, open flame on that torch. The light was there, but it has dimmed considerably to the point where now it's no longer lit. You can see the white hot embers on the tip of your torch, though.
In that case, I will go to the party and I'll go, something about the innate something about this darkness is sucking the light out of non-magical phenomenon, because my rapier functioned completely fine. So I'm assuming something about whatever curse or whatever this land is doing is actively sucking illumination out of natural phenomenon. As a result, though, with how hot this fire is and the fact that there's nobody around, but this fire was clearly fed recently that it's this hot, they can't have gotten that far. They have to be somewhat within this area. That, or they put several days worth of firewood into a bonfire and then walked away in a dead, dry forest. And I don't think they're that dumb. So something's going on here.
Are we sure there's nobody around?
I mean, with our passive perceptions, did we see anybody in the tents just sleeping, and maybe they just slept through the whole fight?
All
Did
of
we
the
check the
tents are
tents?
closed, so
Yeah,
you
I
can...
just assumed that they were open-faced tents because they were tarps.
One thing you do notice is that there is one very large tent, slightly larger than all the others, right next to Delilah, but other than that, all of the other tents are positioned as they are.
In that case, I go, I just kind of assumed that they would have come out to help us in the fight if they were here. But that's a good point. And then I will say, I'll start at the north part of the camp, and I'll go to this tent, and I'll go, if you guys want to check the other tents, and then I can't be surprised. So if anyone is in the tent waiting to jump out, they will never get me. I'm too good, I say out loud. And then I will start don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard. I'm just that
You
good.
hear the winds laughing.
Yeah, I'm that good. And so I will systematically open every tent, knowing that they won't get the jump on me. That way, if a fight does ensue, it's just a 4-on-1 jump fest, and we win every time. And then just tell me if there's anything notable in any particular tent.
Okay. So we'll do the tents one at a time, if that's cool with you.
Sure.
Okay. So you brush open the first tent that you're staring at. I'm assuming that's this one. Let me ping it. This one?
Yep.
Okay. So inside, the interior of the tent shows signs of a scuffle. You can see that the tent continues on and open side, but you can't see anything from position. You notice various items situated around the tent. Would you like to know what they are, or are you going to move on to the next tent?
Well, I mean, are the items broken weapons? Are they valuables? Is it something a person would have left if they were leaving in a hurry or stayed back for? A picture of one's family, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So what you see is it appears like, almost with your passive perception, is it appears that somebody quickly hid the stuff around the tent, under just a little bit of brush and branches. It looks almost odd as why someone would do this, but you can see underneath one of the brushes are 2 daggers, a wheatstone, what appears to be a blanket made out of polar bear skin, and a lantern.
Is the lantern lit? Or I should not.
The lantern is
not lit. Does it have fuel in it, or is it like an abandoned lantern?
so it. So the lantern is. It appears to have black and iron with like delicate silver filigree around it. There is no fire in it, but there is a candle. The candle is unlit.
Okay. And does the candle show evidence of having melted, or is it a fresh candle?
It looks like a melted candle, but it's still tall as if it was freshly lit, and then that's
went
it.
out.
Like it looks like a new candle, and it hasn't gone down after being lit.
I see. In that case, I will pull out the polar bear skin. Well, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I'm going to actively make sure that this isn't a setup, because I'm concerned that something valuable, like a preserved polar bear hide, which, I mean, for camping, that's like not freezing to death is typically pretty cool. So that's valuable. A polar bear skin would be valuable. So on the off chance that it's trapped, I want to check it for traps. If not trapped, I'll take the polar bear skin and the lantern, and then I'll like roll the polar bear skin up and I'll throw it in my bag, and then I'll keep the lantern in my hand to test something later, and then move on to the next 10.
And real quick, I'm sorry, there is one more thing in there that I
yeah.
missed in my notes. There is a belt with an odd belt buckle. That's it.
When you say
I want
odd, is it
I want
odd
it.
like it is just a shape, or odd like it's a logo I don't recognize?
It is odd, like the shape looks almost oval in nature, not like your typical square or your regular hatch. It almost looks like it's the end of a sling, like as if you would pull it back and then just let it fly.
In that case, I will do everything I just said, and then I'll take that and I will throw it at the feet of like Akuma and everyone else and go, this look familiar to anybody? And then just like they can look at it, because it's not ringing any bells for me.
I look at it. Can I investigate it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is that just regular investigation?
Yeah, investigate that. Or if you want to do like Arcana or something like that as well, you can do whatever you desire.
Do this first.
So with your investigation 24, you notice that the what do you want to look at first?
The belt buckle.
Of course. So the belt itself actually feels a little, I don't want to say stretchy. It almost looks like there's a mechanism behind the belt buckle itself. The belt is like, it feels like it could expand or shrink to kind of fit any person. But there is what appears to be next to that like ovular belt buckle appears to be like a flip you can switch. A switch you can flip. That way.
Okay. Flip it.
Sure.
You flip it, you
You
blow up
watch.
instantly.
You watch as the buckle itself flies off and impacts the tree, doing some damage to it.
Oh my. Well,
That's
that is a
awesome.
weapon. I don't think I would have any use for this.
Saltus,
You notice-
Saltus looks at that and he's like, you can't tell because of the mask, but he's like biting his lip, like, damn, I'm really glad I didn't throw that at somebody, because that would have been really awkward if I threw a loaded gun at somebody and it went off. It's like, ooh.
No.
You
Can I-
notice that the belt buckle does not magically return in any way, shape. It sits embedded in the tree.
It's a one and done weapon.
One and done weapon. Gotcha. Last ditch effort. Can I look at the other things too, or?
Yeah.
Well, I have taken the polar bear thing, but if you want me to take it out and look at it, I'll take it out.
You can add a polar bear skin blanket to your inventory.
I put polar bear hide, and then I put black metal lantern.
You can see Delilah gets a little uncomfortable seeing you take that.
I raise an eyebrow and I go, we just killed 3 other animals. Is there a line I need to know about?
No. Not really. Sorry. Ignore me.
Don't apologize. It implies you did something wrong. And then I will start moving to
Oh,
the next 10.
And then Delilah catches themselves,
Yeah.
realizes that she was about to apologize again, and then just kind of thinks about what she could say, and then coming up with nothing. And then
Can
looks
I-
kind of dejected about it.
Can I just clarify something real quick?
Yep.
The belt buckle turned into a knife and flew into the like what exactly happened? I think I
So-
kind of
What happened was Delilah flipped the switch on the side of the belt
Hmm.
buckle that she found with her very high investigation, and the belt buckle just launched itself into a tree.
But like, did it turn into like a dagger or anything, or did it just like went
No, it
flying?
just
It's still a belt
stayed
buckle.
as the belt buckle, and that belt buckle is embedded in that tree. Not too deep. If you wanted, you could pull it out, but it's just in there.
I want to pull it out.
Okay, you pull it out with no issue.
I hand the belt to Soleus. If you can get good use out of this, have at it.
She's gonna like nonchalantly go, "Thanks, take the belt from you," and start tinkering with the
Okay, I'm going to
thing to see if she can get it to reset.
I would like
Oh,
to reload my belt buckle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look
So
at the belt
you
buckle.
take the belt buckle, and you hear a very satisfying as it reloads right into place again, and that switch flips back up, ready to be used again.
Celeste gets like a satisfied smirk on her face and puts the belt on with the belt buckle in place.
Awesome. I'm going to send you some information
Yay.
because just for what you need to know
Mhm.
about it, because it is an item that does not take 2 minutes.
You now have a +1 belt buckle of Dragon Flame.
Yeah. How many attunements am I allowed to have?
3.
This one does not require attunement, but 3
Oh, I thought you said it did require. I'm sorry.
does not.
Are
It
you
is
a
not-
fucking artificer?
What?
Delilah says out loud.
Sorry.
What did you even ask?
She asked
I
if you're
missed it.
if you're an artificer.
No.
Sad. I like those.
Though I will say with my character's background that probably would have made more sense than what I actually am, but it doesn't matter.
Oh. Whoops.
I don't know. I think yours is pretty on brand for your
Yeah.
backstory.
Well, we know what Akuma is.
Do
And
we?
Saltus, I guess.
I mean, well, so Saltus looks at himself. I don't exactly hide it. I'm an elf and I use a bow. Who'd have thought?
I just realized that
Celeste
Celeste hasn't actually. Celeste has not done anything that actually shows what she really is.
Yeah, you used one
I
really
feel
cool tattoo.
Yeah.
I feel like Ophis or Saltus would know what Delilah is.
I figured it out a long time ago, yeah. I just haven't said it
Okay.
because it seems like you're playing it very close to the chest.
I'm not really trying to. I just don't know how to like make
Do
it
it.
fun and surprising.
Well, I don't know your subclass, so you could you can make this very fun and surprising depending on your subclass.
Okay, Akuma, what's happening? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Well,
So you guys are gonna let Saltus just continue to check the tents?
Well, I wanted to check the other tents, but I didn't want to take over
gonna-
if somebody else
I
wanted
wanted
to
to
do it.
investigate this one too, but I was
Okay.
letting...
Oh yeah, dude. I'll let you investigate tents. I'll just say like if you want to investigate the tents, go for it. I'm just saying that they're all closed and there could be more creatures, and let's just say when it comes to getting the jump on someone, I am almost always on the giving side. I don't fall for these things so easily. I would hate to see you get hurt because you let your guard down.
Okay. So, Akuma, you look inside of your tent. As you peer back the side, you are greeted with a tent that is caked in blood, torn bedrolls, bits of rabbit fur. Even with your passive perception, you were able to tell it looks as if multiple creatures had been living in the tent.
Gross.
That is gross.
And
Would
that's it.
Would I roll investigation for more detail or anything?
Yeah, you can.
Regarding
Go
on what kind of animals are involved in the said massacre?
Mm-hmm. So, wow, that's good. So you notice, based on the bits of fur, it appears as if like the remaining bits of fur and bones, you're thinking maybe 2 to 4 creatures had been living in this tent. It appears that they had caught a rabbit and were eating it ravenously. While there were bedrolls set up, the creatures seemed to have made them their own and just fluffed them up. They tore them apart and kind of made like a little. And you notice that there are. Just double check my here. There are a total of 4 tiny little indents in the nesting area, so you could tell that 4 creatures definitely like lived in this tent for a little.
Can I relay this information to the party members that are outside the tent?
Yes, you can. And
Can
so you
I-
do.
Go smell the blood.
Yes.
Do I know what? Yeah. Okay. Do I roll?
Yeah.
Heightens.
Like, are you just smelling it, or like you trying to figure like if it was
I'm
beast
trying to figure
or
out like if
magical?
beast or like whatever. Like I'm trying to investigate it.
Okay, then I'll give you advantage on that.
So, is that just regular investigation, survival, nature? What's?
So you're gonna do survival because of your keen senses. Perfect. With a 16, you could definitely smell that it was blood from a beast. It seems like all of this blood came from 1, maybe 2 rabbits. For the others, you actually have, for like the sense of the other creatures that you believe were in the tent, you believe that they were no, I didn't tie the character sheet to this one. No. Give me 2 seconds. I just don't want to give wrong information. You think that the 4 creatures that were living there were small. You can't tell what they were, but they were definitely fae.
Okay.
Hold on, just for clarity. You said they were definitely small and definitely fae.
Yes.
And
You don't know
Delilah relays this?
Yes.
Okay. Saltus makes a concerned
No.
face.
Yeah, me too.
And now, Solias. You're checking that tent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so this tent, as you peel it back, you note that the tent is mostly barren, except for some notes on necromancy and evocation spells. On a little kind of stand that appears to be set up, there's a book called Reduce, Reuse, and Reanimate. It details the process of death and how parts from certain creatures can still maintain their magic shortly after passing. The details of this process... It details the process on how you must begin extraction with 1 minute of death before the magic is lost from any creature you kill.
Red flag. Uh-oh. Eternal Shadow Realm. Book on necromancy. Interesting.
And now...
Invisible fire.
Soleus is gonna slowly back out of the tent and go, I don't think these were good people. Though I'm not one to talk about being good people, but this is some fucked up shit.
So Saltus will lean over and he'll go, benefit of the doubt. That old man did say one of them was particularly religious. It's entirely possible that he subscribes to the idea of knowing thine enemy. It could be research material in direction of something he's attempting to avoid as opposed to embrace. We won't know till we see him.
True.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of roll her eyes and just continue on.
Clerical question. In this world, is necromancy like a no-no, or is it just like, oh, cool, it's magic, zombies, whatever?
It's magic and zombies, it's whatever.
Okay, so it's not like
magic
it's not
itself,
crazy to be like, oh, someone knows necromancy. It's not like it's not as bad as in
outlawed
traditional
or
D&D. It's
villain.
not okay. It's just a resource.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a resource you can use. Now, granted, if you raise some grandma,
Yeah,
Set at you?
ethically, yeah.
but the ethics aside, yeah, it's not really looked negatively upon. Granted, you want to use, I don't want to say natural sources because that's messed up, but
Yeah.
you don't want to kill something just to reanimate it. Nobody has problems with skeletons, very dead individuals, anything like that. But it's when you're getting to those fresh zombie corpses that people are going to be like, hey, buddy, where have you been?
Okay, I see.
Ethnically sourced
So-
corpses.
My character is against necromancy.
It makes sense.
So they won't like
Oh,
a cursed specter.
Ghosts are different. It's inherently more so about like if they think you just killed someone just to bring them back to keep them as an undead slave, it's an issue. But if you're like Circle of the Spore Druids, perfectly acceptable
I
as long as
see.
you don't kill the person.
I see the difference. Okay.
my character's just upset if her work gets reversed.
Makes sense to me. Saltus is debating on the idea of reading it just in case there's like. Saltus will walk over instead of like searching the tent, and he'll make the preposition of like, "Hey, I can tell you don't like it, but there's a non-zero chance that that books of notes is like also a journal or whatever, and it might have information on where they went. Do you think maybe it's worth a read?"
If you don't feel
guess.
comfortable reading it.
Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable reading it, I can read it if you're worried about it being like cursed or whatever. But at the end of the day, we are sent here with an objective. It could maybe help us.
It's fine. I'll read it.
Okay. Then I will let
So
you do
she's
that
gonna
unless
read
you
it.
ask. Yeah, unless you ask me to.
I'm just gonna go back in there and read it.
Can we
So
look at the
while
evidence?
they are reading that, would anybody else like to do anything else?
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
start
I
on the
wanna look
next
at the
tent
other-
over.
Okay. Does anybody want to pre-pick a tent before we go down the line?
There's only one left, right?
Well, there's the one you're
There's
at.
2 left.
Yeah, Delilah has picked the leader's tent.
Yeah. And then
And
there's
then
the one to
Akuma,
the
you
right
going
of
for
me,
that
right?
last one or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Akuma, are you gonna grab that last tent?
The one that I just this one or the other one over here?
No. So I'm about to do this one, and then this
This
one
one over
here
here where I'm
is
thinking
hasn't been
nobody's
done yet.
So this one hasn't been done yet.
Yes, that one. So
So,
because
yeah,
I
I'll
did this one already that had the lantern, and then this is
Yeah, I'll
the
wait.
bunch of dead rabbits. This is the
Yeah, I'll wait to
necromancy
do
book.
this. Yeah, I'll wait to do this one in turn.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go up Saltis, Akuma, and then Delilah. Everybody cool with that?
Clockwise. Can't go wrong.
Exactly. So upon opening the tent, you're kind of used to it based on what you saw in the other tent, but you actually find a bedroll in there with faint traces of blood. They appeared to be almost attempted to be wiped away, but it was unsuccessful too. Also in the room, you find a locket, 3 oddly shaped arrows, a forest green cloak, and a second of that lantern, similar to the one that was in the other tent.
Saltus looks into a tent that contains a green cloak, several arrows, and a bunch of blood. Looks down at himself and went, "Uh-oh." And I'm going to, like, maybe a little quicker than I should, reach out and attempt to grab the cloak and the arrows and like the lantern and make sure they're not illusory, to make sure I'm not getting like messed with, like, "Oh look, you died here," and make sure that it's just a tangible coincidence as opposed to like some sort of psychic attack.
It is 100% a tangible coincidence. The items all feel very real to you. The arrows feel weird in your hands, almost like but not like actively.
I didn't hear anything
feels
of what
like
you
they
just
would
said. You cut out.
Sorry.
Right after you said the word arrows, you were
You
gone.
said that, and then it was like 2 seconds of silence.
Oh god, I really got to get this mic fixed. Okay, how am I doing now?
You sound good for now.
Okay, I think I just have to like be right on top of the only way to do this from now on. So, am I too loud for anybody or no?
Sounds good to me.
No, you're good.
Awesome. So, you reach out, you touch. You just said the cloak, arrows, and lantern. Correct?
I'm grabbing everything. I might as well grab the locket too.
Fair enough. So you grab them all, and you feel that they all feel very, very real to you. You don't think that this is an illusion, otherwise your hand would have passed through it. Nothing seems odd to you. You do have that bundle of arrows in your hand, and you just know that they have an odd corkscrew shape to them that you have not seen before.
An odd corkscrew shape?
Correct. Almost like there is a loop, 3 loops in the center of them. And it's going like as if you were traveling from the feather side of the arrow. It like kind of goes like a roller coaster 3 times and then ending in an arrow tip.
I see. And then he'll like admire the craft of it, and he'll kind of think, and he'll go like, okay, and then I will take the 3 arrows, put them in my quiver, like offset so that I know not to grab them by accident, and then I will fold the cloak up, like very respectfully, put it into the sleeping bag with blood, and then close the tent, and then I will just pop the locket open to see if there's like a picture of some guy's daughter or whatever, to see if maybe I could return it one day if it's someone I recognize.
So, upon opening the locket, you see what appears to be a grove of trees in them, no discernible faces or features or persons. But as you open it, you notice that there is a faint scent of fresh herbs coming from it. It is very pleasant to the smell.
Saltus, a single tear will roll down Saltus's cheek, and then he'll just click the locket close without saying anything, and he'll put it in like his breast pocket, and then he'll just say, "Tent was empty."
Bruh.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna add forest locket and 3 wacky arrows.
Cool. And then you have a second of the lantern.
Oh, and the lantern.
Akuma, you love how to pick them. As you open up the tent, there's nothing of note in the tent. Everything has been neatly packed away. The bedrolls are stowed. You find no personal artifacts in this tent. You find a lone used whetstone in the corner. And a whetstone is to like sharpen the blades. Did I cut out again?
No, I just had my mic muted and didn't realize it.
Oh, that's fair. I just wanted to make sure and that everybody wasn't waiting like, is he going to say it?
Yeah.
Can I advance into the tent and take the whetstone?
Yes, you can. Please add 1 whetstone to your inventory.
Then would it be worth it while in the tent to investigate all of anything in the room? Or in
Yeah.
The tent?
Oh shit.
So with a 15, you notice that everything is carefully and meticulously stowed away. There are no personal artifacts, no gold, no copper, no loose weapons or anything laying around as if like the other tents were. This one is like put away with purpose, in no hurry and no rush. Whoever lived here was a very disciplined individual.
I will make my way out of the tent and relay to the group that there's nothing in this one of value.
It all comes down to the leader's tent.
I didn't even know this was the leader's tent when I picked it.
When he said it was slightly bigger, I just assumed.
Oh.
Okay. So, in this tent, you find 10 torches unused, 2 battered longswords, a gold necklace with an odd symbol on it, and a leather-bound journal.
Can I pick up the necklace first? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. And a job flyer.
Can I grab? Okay.
Oh, Kroger's is hiring.
Yes, yes.
Well, I pick up the necklace first since that was the first thing that I was reaching for. Can I investigate the necklace? I guess the symbol.
Mm-hmm. Can you please
I
make
would know
a religion check for me?
God. Oh no.
It is a gold necklace that's been meticulously cleaned and maintained. You do not recognize the symbol of it, though. You think it might be religious in nature, definitely worship worthy based on the degree of care taken. And you feel like you've seen this symbol somewhere before, almost everywhere, but you just can't recall the name.
I found this necklace and I can't really remember what this symbol is. It's familiar, so if anybody wants to take a look, I'll leave it here. And then I guess leaves it wherever somebody can grab it. And then I guess I reach for the journal and the job flyer.
Would all be there.
There
You
we
guys.
Oh, I see job flyer.
are. A new year brings a new hunt. Prove your worth and join the ranks of the most elite hunters in the astral planes. Show us you can track a beast, protect the innocent, and stand strong against the encroaching darkness. Save the town of Rockjaw, slay the beast that consumes the light, and you will be rewarded with entry to the guild and a nice, tall tankard of mead. Delilah frowns after reading this.
Did she read it out loud or in her head?
Yes.
Okay.
Out loud.
So Saltus will comment, well, we've done 2 of those things already. We're on a roll.
But what guild? And why? Delilah turns and picks up the journal and flips through.
Okay, now let's see if I got this right. So if I did that, I can do this, and then I go to edit, and then I go here, then I go all players. Boom. Okay, that's a journal. You guys can read the entry one at a time if you would like. I am going
I'm just gonna
water
read it in my
while you
regular
guys
voice.
figure it
Go for
out. Please read it for our poor listeners.
Yeah.
We entered a nearby town who is becoming wary of the encroaching darkness. Plants have been dying, animals going missing, and the life of the surrounding nature is being choked out. The town's people were kind enough to lend us some supplies to combat the darkness. We have started our careful march into the forest. With every step, it feels like the day grows unnaturally dimmer. Day 1, night. Less than 12 hours into our journey, I already find my heart burdened. My companions are a disparate lot. The druid, a truly kind soul, is a bastion of calm in the chaos. Their resolve to heal the forest is a righteous one, and I pray the all-merciful Ilmater guides our path together. The ranger and the wizard, however, are a different matter. Their constant bickering over the nature of this magical darkness is wearing on my nerves. The wizard's detachment from the consequences of their craft is troubling, and their strange, twisted fey companions are a constant source of unease. They follow the wizard's every command with unsettling grins and a hunger that seems to extend beyond mere mischief. I witnessed them torture, then feast on a poor rabbit yesterday with a savage delight, throwing it against those damned trees until it laid still. The horrible event took less than a minute, but the beasts laughed with every squeal, making it feel like an eternity. The fighter says little, but I see the same disgust in their eyes that I feel in my own bones. Their dislike of magic is palpable, and in this company, I can't say I blame them. I pray we can find some common ground before our differences tear us apart. This mission is too important to fail. Would anybody else like to read?
I'll jump in. The darkness is not natural. We reached the cave to the north where we believe the beasts lay. Our torches snuffed out 100 yards from the entrance. No flame would take. Furthermore, the wizard and I suddenly found ourselves unable to see in the darkness. An unnerving and new experience to be unable to see in the dark. I know. Oh, that's a typo. I now understand why my old friends used to be so scared of it. We were forced to rely on the pale lanterns our benefactor provided us. On our way back to camp, we were set upon by ettercaps and their cursed spiders. It was a vicious battle. The creatures were quick and relentless, the encroaching darkness making it even harder to fend off the beasts. After wounding them deeply, they fled. We returned to camp exhausted and battered. To make tensions worse, the wizard began to berate the others, stating it would be much simpler if the group followed basic commands. The fighter took it the worst, threatening to maim the wizard. Thankfully, the druid and I were able to calm down everyone's nerves with a nice meal instead of dry rations. The ranger and fighter are now gone. Their bedrolls are empty, but some of their gear remains, hidden perhaps, to return later. I can only pray they did not abandon us, following the plan to take the cave or to get more help. Regardless, we have made our choices. We must enter that cave. I will leave this journal here for those who come after, should I not return. I have left the lanterns in my temporary companions' tents, hoping they return for them. May Ilmater watch over me as I take my first steps into the consuming black.
After reading that, Delilah kind of walks out of the tent and goes, I think I know where our other party, this party went, and proceeds to explain about the cave and then also the other things in it as well.
Yeah. Saltus will hold up the 2 lanterns that are obviously the lanterns that were referenced in the journal and go, well, I found the lanterns. Interesting. Can I see that holy symbol? 1 second.
Yeah. Yes, please.
And then
Delilah,
I don't know if I need to roll for this anymore. I kind of figured it out. I assume it's the holy symbol of Ilmater or Ilmater.
yeah.
Context clues say yes.
I look at it. I was kind of leaning it that way, just based on the guy's disposition. And I go, Ilmater, god of compassion, foe of suffering. If anyone could last in this depressing environment, it would be one of his clerics. Though, whatever this beast is, whether it decided to allow that is a separate matter. If they split up, I can make no guarantees. If it were me, I can almost guarantee that the 2 who ran off in the night are dead. But if we are going off of preferences, the Elder was the one who requested we bring back the Druid, and it seems like he was smart enough to stick with the Cleric. So if we find them, we could at least call it a partial victory.
Well, it sounds like they went to this cave, and I think that is where we should head.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure about this creature. But perhaps we might be able to fight it alongside the cleric and the druid if we find them.
Potentially. My biggest concern, though, is this. The description of the creature is functionally non-existent. So we need to attempt to not go in blind, lest we get in the same position they found themselves. My biggest fear is that it could be something along the lines of what you detected earlier. You mentioned that there was Fey influence in one of the tents.
Yes.
It is not crazy to envision a world where the Fey have bled over into this land. Something unseelie.
You're saying that to a furbolg was crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm trying not to be racist. And so I'm like, it's one of those things where he's like, it could be
Delilah looks a
interesting.
little sheepish.
Yeah.
Sheepish.
He's like, the Fae are whimsical, but there are definitely evil among their ranks. The idea of one that could control darkness or light is not insane of an idea, but it's such a vast spectrum of creatures. I couldn't even begin to narrow down ones with that kind of ability. He said, wondering if he could roll to know if he knows of creatures with that kind of ability.
Yeah, literally.
He asked the DM.
Well, there was so much going on.
Oh, sorry. We basically, the 2 people who were speculating were like, well, it might be Fae related. Can we think of any Fae off the top of our heads that have a power set that align with what the journal explained of, like, all-consuming darkness, mental fatigue, influence to make the party members go kind of crazy, like psychic attacks? Like, are there any Fae? Because now that we know that there's Fae influence in the camp, that we can think of just, like, being people who are experienced, one of which being a Fae, and the other which being a hunter of extraplanar creatures. Is there one we could kind of spitball a ballpark of what this monster might be so that we're not completely in the dark? Pun intended.
Yeah. Yes, you can. You can roll history with advantage, Delilah, with assistance from Salted.
Okay. So
Does that sound good for everybody, or do you want to argue for a different roll?
Oh, sorry. It didn't matter.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's so unfair, but, like, whatever. Because I feel like...
I mean, you have a +5.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for the record, I have a +3, so it would have been worse.
I know, but, like, just, like, being Fae in general, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of annoying.
Well,
But,
if she's thinking about it from a Fae perspective, can I think about it from a non-Fae perspective? Like, instead of trying to think about... Because she's obviously Fae in nature. I know what a furbolg is. And so, can I instead go, well, while she's trying to rule in Fae, can I rule out other things? And can I roll nature to try to rule out other creatures that might have similar abilities that I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be?
Yes.
Because in my head, I'm thinking, like, above game, right? There's a million kinds of devils, and they can cast darkness, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a devil. It just means that devils happen to be able to do that. So I'm trying to think if I could think of, it's probably not a demon, then that means I don't have to worry about demons.
Mm-hmm.
12, so slightly above average.
Off of the top of your head, you are well aware with that do not eat light. You do not think, based off of the fact that like natural light is being eaten, that this may not be magical, or this may be magical in nature, but you have not tested anything other than your time. You think that your rapier was unaffected. This might be something that's eating the light naturally, but at this distance, you can't think of anything.
Yeah, right, because the journal specified, right, that it got worse when they got closer. Like, there was a point where they just started walking and eventually they just basically went blind, which implies an epicenter. Okay. And I will say that to Delilah.
You do recall that it has been getting steadily darker in this area for 6 months.
Yeah.
So you can infer with your nature that whatever it is growing.
Yeah. Did the elder specify if it was growing at like an observably linear rate, or is it like crazy in the last 6 months?
So, what happened was 6 months was just a little dark like a cloud over the sky.
Right, the cloud.
You remember his voice in your flashback.
Yeah.
Like a cloud went over the sky, except the cloud it didn't leave. It just kept expanding. And by the time 6 months had gone by, it reached this village, maybe 5 miles away from where that cloud first began.
Okay. So over the course of half a year, it has expanded presumably linearly, because if it was exponential, by now it would have covered the world. So
correct.
That implies that whatever creature it is not all powerful. It's not all powerful. Therefore, it's probably not an archfey, an archdevil, an archdemon, or any of the higher ranked monstrosities. So it's theoretically killable. So we don't need to give up, but that's the best I got with a 12.
You really hope you can kill it.
And then the old man come in.
It's my flashback. With the 9 history, did she get anything for Fae, or was it just a fail?
So she can't think of any Fae that could do this exact nature with all of the clues you have gathered.
Okay.
Especially not the small Fae that would have been in that tent.
Okay. Am I allowed to speculate above board about the small Fae in the tent?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to say, as Saltus, because of my background, I've been hunting monsters for like 200 years. I'm going to say there's a non-zero chance that small Fae that would be in like little enclosed spaces with all that blood, assuming they were there, based on what the journal said about how the people in the tent ripped the rabbits apart initially, and then how many rabbits there were, and that there were at least 4 like little Fae traces. It's not impossible that whatever has created the darkness has minions. It could be minions not dissimilar to redcaps, which are a Fae that literally wallow in blood. So if so, we should operate on the assumption that that our party did not kill any of them, and that we are fighting not 1 creature but at least 5, which drastically changes the dynamic of our situation.
Great.
We're going to need to be very stealthy about this, because we no longer have the numbers advantage. We can't guarantee that the druid or the cleric are still alive, and even if they are alive, we can't guarantee they're in fighting condition. We should operate on the assumption that we're the only 4 here left who can do this, and that no help is coming, and that no help is waiting.
I feel like that is a good assumption to make, as hopeful as I would like to be.
I will look wistfully towards the north and just stare and watch out for something coming towards us while the rest of the party plans.
Delilah kind of approaches
I'll move to this tree. Oh, I'll go under this
tree.
tree.
Doing?
What he's doing? I'm going to climb this tree, and I'm going to like an owl. You see me perched on the tallest branch, and I'm staring at the north. I am, you could say, alert to any incoming danger, and if something's coming, I'll see it.
Okay.
Am I still reading?
Oh yeah, right, the book.
So it is just a book on how to dissect humanoids, beasts, fae, and fiends. How to...
There's absolutely nothing else that's useful.
It tells you exactly how to steal the essence from those creatures if they are strong enough. So that way you can essentially bottle up their spirits and use them for magic, for cooking, for enchanting weapons.
When you
Yeah.
say
So I now know how to do that?
When you say exactly, does that mean without a roll, or does it mean it opens up the ability to roll for it?
It opens up the ability to roll for. So if the creature is strong enough, you can take the essence of the creature.
Sorry, not to like derail us, but I just realized that Delilah is still invisible.
Yes.
That's fine. None of us actually interacted with you, so we could just hear your voice. And we saw a floating
did.
journal.
Soltis and Delilah had a whole conversation.
Well, yeah, I could be talking. I'm not deaf. I could be like, well,
You
there's
just-
her
okay.
voice coming from this tent. The tent opened itself, and a journal floated out and read itself off. I'm like, that's probably Delilah. She's an 8.5 foot
Delilah?
tall silhouette that pushed the tent in. Like, I think that's her.
You hope it's Delilah.
You hope it's
Yeah.
Delilah.
Hey man, Saltus is 5'5" canonically, so he's climbing. He's climbing that
That's
tree.
so
He's
funny.
like, hey
Wait,
man,
how
don't
tall is
care.
everyone else?
Taller than me.
I just want to know if Delilah's the biggest.
Oh, 100%.
I can tell you my character's not 8 feet tall.
8.5.
I mean she's tall, but she's not that tall. I was thinking maybe like 6 foot.
I mean, Akuma described himself as tall, but I don't think he said more than 6'5". Like, there's an upper limit to tieflings.
Yeah. Either way, that is where we will end our adventure for tonight. Hopefully our heroes are able to make it time to the cave to save the party that had gone before them. How will our
That's a
party
lot.
fare against the encroaching darkness? Find out next week. Maybe. If you decide to like this video and comment that you want to see more of this, because right now I'm really enjoying the campaign so far, and I hope everybody else is too.
I like hunting for
This guy's a
things.
better
I just
YouTuber
don't-
than me.